Hey guys, it's Joseph here, back again on Joe Stuff, and today I'm going to be doing another HitFilm tutorial. By the way, sorry if there's any droning in the background, because my dad's mowing the grass today. But anyway, I'm going to be showing you how to make gun effects on a video in HitFilm 15 Pro. Yes, I have HitFilm 15 Pro, as you can see right up here. So, if you're new to HitFilm, you probably have HitFilm Express right now, and this will not work unless you buy the, I think it's probably the Gunfire Effects add-on pack. I'm not even sure if that's an official pack or not, but I'm going to be using the 3D particle simulator Gunfire Effect in this video. So, go ahead and hit the import button up at the top, and go ahead and find the video. This one is just in my room because I was just kind of making an example, and normally you'd probably not be shooting at things in your room. But anyway, so go ahead and right click on the video once it imports and click make composite shot. You can rename it if you want, I'm not. Hit OK. You don't have to mess with any of the other stuff in there. So you can see it's me here. Now I can skip ahead through the video a little bit because I'm getting positioned, as you can see. But now you can see this is just sort of a video of me with simulated gun kickback sort of things there. So go ahead up to the effects tab up here and search for gunfire. And here they have a lot of gunfire effects. There's lots of them in the 3D, in the presets, 3D effects, and gunfire. But you can do those exactly the same as I'm about to show you, but I'm not going to be using these this time. For now, I'm going to use the one under particles and simulation. So go ahead and drag that down and pop it above your video so you can see, and then when you do that, this appears on the screen. So that's your gunfire effect right now, right there, but for now it just sits on the screen and doesn't do anything, so we're going to actually make it do something. So go ahead and select on the gunfire thing in the composite shot panel here, and then head over to the controls panel. You can go ahead and close layer properties, and right here with opacity, you're going to go ahead and check the little circle next to opacity to turn on keyframing. Skip back to the beginning of the video and go ahead and set that to 0. Yeah, well, actually you just need to set one single keyframe of 0 at the beginning of the video. So just go to the beginning, click on the opacity circle, and set it to 0. Then go ahead and skip ahead to whenever your first shot is, and skip ahead till it's just before when the firing goes, and you can use the period and comma keys to skip through the video. So go to about when it starts, and then go ahead and go into make sure you're in the controls panel here. Go ahead and set another keyframe of opacity. You can do this by just dragging this up to wherever you want and then dragging it back down again. Then skip ahead one frame and set opacity all the way up to 100. And then go ahead and check the keyframing for position right there, and grab and drag this over to where you want. You can scale it up to however you want, but this looks fairly good. I think I'll just make it just a smidgen smaller, yeah, and set it around just about at the end of the gun there. Then go ahead and skip ahead 3 frames, so 1, 2, 3, and drag the opacity back down to 0 again. So what we've made here is a sort of a instant flash up, and then over 3 frames, which is not very much time at all, but over just 3 frames it fades back out again to nothing. So you can skip back over the frames and watch it. So you can see here it instantly appears and then it gets faded. So it's only ever actually 100% on there for 1 frame, but of course the gunfire is very fast, so you don't need any more. We're basically going to repeat this again for all the gunfire effects, so we're just going to go ahead and skip ahead. Sorry about that droning sound. We're just going to go ahead and skip ahead right to the next one. Then remember what we need to do here, go ahead and set another keyframe of 0 for the opacity. You can do this by dragging it up and then back down again. If there's a little white circle inside of the blue circle over here, that means there's a keyframe set on that frame. Then go ahead and skip ahead another frame and set it to 100. And so you can see it will appear there. and then go ahead and drag it. Now, because this is 3D, you can actually spin it. So, since the gun is pointing in a little bit of a different position here, I can turn it a little bit. Although you would need to use the orientation keyframing if you have a lot of movement. But it shouldn't matter too much for when it doesn't move much at all. And then go ahead and skip ahead 3 frames. 1, 2, 3. And set the opacity back down to 0. Here we go. Let's go ahead and do one more. I think there's one more we're going to go ahead and do. I think that looks like about it right there. So now we'll just go ahead and do the same thing. Set another opacity keyframe right there. Skip ahead 1. Set it to 100. Grab it. Move it over the gun here. If you are going to rotate it, remember to turn on the keyframing and keyframe the rotation for the different things. Right now, though, I'm just going to go ahead and spin it just a smidgen there. It doesn't matter really a whole lot unless you have a really lot of movement with the gun. And then go ahead and skip ahead 3 frames and set it back to 0 again. I think I got all my... Oh, no, I missed one back there. But that's alright. We're just going to go ahead and leave that one. And so that's pretty much all. You can add smoke and things as well. I'll be showing how to do that in this video. But you can now go ahead and skip to where your video first starts and hit the little render button next to it. And it'll render pretty quickly. You can watch it without rendering it, but I kind of like to render before I watch because it just looks better. You don't have to worry too much about it being really exact because it's really fast. So unless it's really far off, it should be alright. So we can go ahead and watch this here, and I'll go ahead and set up a full video of it at the end here, but so you can see it better. But anyway, just render it a little bit here, and you can see that. So, and then of course later on you'd add sound effects and anything else you can add, like bullet hit wall on the walls and things, and I may show another tutorial about how to do that. But then when you're done with that, go ahead and just hit the export button, name it something, and hit export. And so that is how you make guns in a video without actually having to have real guns, since they are very expensive and you don't want anyone to get hurt. But this, of course, is just a very simple effect that I did here. Of course, you would probably want to add lighting on the walls and the actors, and smoke. Probably want to have some smoke and sparks and all kinds of other things. But I thought I would just show you the very simple thing about how to make a gun just shoot in here. I may show more advanced tutorial later, but we'll see when that time comes. So until then, see you later.